Hello. Welcome to Car Expert YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe us. The exterior look of the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica is brand new. Gone is the frumpy, toaster-like shape of the Town & Country and Grand Caravan. The wheelbase remains exactly the same, but engineers shortened the front overhang and lengthened the rear one, giving the Pacifica a more rectangular shape. Corners have been rounded and side view mirrors are body-mounted. While it'd be a reach to say that any minivan is attractive, the new design makes the Pacifica the best of the bunch. Another substantial difference was the quietness of the interior. The Pacifica achieved Lexus-like levels of serenity and inoculated occupants from road noise with active noise cancellation technology that's standard on all trim levels. The last thing a harried parent wants to do is shout back and forth between the first and third rows, and this car makes conversations at a reasonable decibel level possible. Chrysler added two 10-inch touchscreens as optional equipment in the second row that allow kids any number of options. Embedded in the entertainment system are app-enabled games like tic-tac-toe that occupants can either play by themselves against each other. There's also, my favorite, an app that allows them to track the license plates they see on a road trip. Throughout, there are several thoughtful updates to timeless road trip activities. Passengers can watch the same movie on both screens. They can watch different movies on the screens at the same time. They can even watch the same movie, but at their own pace. The Pacifica comes chock full of HDMI and USB ports all over the car, so passengers can bring in an Xbox or Wii. Do the kids need more screen time? Not necessarily. On a family road trip, I want the classic Griswold experience and the Bigelow brood excited about visiting the world's largest ball of twine. Those second-row options are part of Chrysler's Uconnect infotainment system, which ranks as my favorite among all automakers for its incredibly intuitive nature. On the screen in the center stack, this most recent Uconnect iteration feels a little more cluttered and therefore more distracting. But ultimately, it's the same underpinnings that make it a user-friendly system. Voice command functions were both faster and more accurate than previous iterations. Chrysler has followed in the minivan footsteps of Honda and offers a vacuum cleaner in the second row of the vehicle, perfect for cleaning crumbs from front seats to the trunk. Chrysler touts its new vacuum as the most powerful in its class, a phrase that could only ever be uttered during the debut of a minivan. Other parent-friendly features include 5 seat positions outfitted with latch buckles and a sensor that allows a parent to open a sliding door and rear liftgate with the swipe of a foot underneath. If there's an area where the Pacifica earns a big checkmark of its own, it's in fuel economy. The Pacifica, which weighs about 250 pounds lighter than the previous Chrysler minivan, achieves 18 miles per gallon in city driving and a class-leading 28 miles per gallon on the highway, according to projected EPA numbers. In a mix of highway and stop-and-go driving around Southern California's traffic-choked roads, that's precisely what I achieved, earning an even 25 miles per gallon. Still, for the company that unveiled the first minivan 30 years ago, the hybrid version offers a glimpse at what the next 30 might look like. That's an unusual vision for Chrysler. While its domestic competitors have been touting their investments in smaller electric cars, autonomous vehicles, and mobility solutions, Chrysler has done none of that. Of all the car companies, it has been content to just be a car maker. Thing is, that future sounds pretty lousy for family hauling. Carting car seats, car seat bases, and strollers out of an Uber or a Lyft is a non-starter. Road trips in a car share or rental sound expensive. Smaller electrics are cramped. In that context, Chrysler's continued investment in a segment that most others have written off makes sense. For urban dwellers, all those new transportation options will provide new convenience and cost savings. For everyone else, there's the tried-and-true minivan. Depending on what you're willing to pay for higher-end trim levels and additional features, the Pacifica is as good a choice as any to lead the pack.